What is up, YouTube? Welcome to another Token Talk Tuesday, and today we're talking about OmiseGo or OMG. And if you haven't heard about this token, it's a really interesting one, so stick around to the end of this episode to find out if you should invest in OMG. Let's hash it out. So guys, first and foremost, please excuse me for my nasally voice. I have horrible seasonal allergies, but the show must go on. I want to share a video with you guys every Tuesday like I promised, so we're at it again. I'm sure you guys have heard of OmiseGo if you follow Vitalik Buterin on Twitter, and if you don't know who that is, he's the creator of Ethereum amongst others. And the OmiseGo platform is actually a decentralized currency agnostic exchange that's built on the Ethereum protocol. Now, I'll explain what all that means shortly, but what you really have to know at the basis of this coin is that it is actually not a utility token. The OmiseGo platform isn't run with the OmiseGo token or the OMG token. The OMG token is really just used to sometimes pay fees on the exchange and also just to be a way for people to invest in the platform. So think of it almost like, yeah, it's kind of like a security if you think about it, which is a little scary, but we'll talk about that a little more later also, so stick around. OmiseGo describes itself as a platform, now let me read this to you, as the answer to a fundamental coordination problem amongst payment processors, gateways, and financial institutions. So they wanted to create a decentralized exchange on which people can exchange fiat currencies of any kind for cryptocurrencies of any kind, and maybe other assets in the future. So that's pretty cool, and I really do think that decentralized exchanges are the future, maybe even the future of banking. Now leave me a comment below saying decentralize, hashtag decentralize, if you think that is the case, if you think we're moving towards decentralized exchanges in the future. The issue nowadays is that when people want to buy cryptocurrency, they have to probably buy in with a fiat on-ramp, and I'm going to talk about that a lot more in an ebook that I'm writing right now. It's coming out this weekend on May 12th, so keep an eye out for that. I'll be tweeting about it, I'll be hitting the Instagram about it, and I'll release a video about it, so definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Now, the issue here is that people have to pay a fee to buy cryptocurrency on Coinbase, for example, and that fee can actually add up to quite a bit of money if you're buying in any volume. And once you do that, you have to pay a fee to send that coin to another exchange and then pay another fee to exchange that for the other cryptocurrency that you actually wanted to buy. And at the end of the day, then you've paid fees 3 times. And what OmiseGo wants to do is create an exchange where you can pay either 0 or very little fees to get everything all in one place instead of having to do all this sending and exchanging, and the whole thing is stressful doing that. So that's what OmiseGo is trying to do. So what makes the OmiseGo platform unique? I think obviously it's unique in the fact that it's a decentralized exchange. And what a decentralized exchange means is that instead of the current model that we see with Coinbase and pretty much most other exchanges, they keep a database of all the transactions that occur on that exchange. And furthermore, most of them, if not all of them, own the private keys on which the cryptocurrencies are stored. So even though you have access to your account and you have access to your wallets and you can move things at will, you don't really physically own those cryptocurrencies unless you move it off to a hardware wallet or a desktop wallet. So that being said, a decentralized exchange really means that it's just a platform on which the exchanges occur, but you yourself own all of the cryptocurrencies that you are exchanging, and you own all of the wallets that you're using on that platform. So it's fully decentralized, there's no central authority and no central database, and that makes it more fault tolerant, meaning it's a lot harder to hack because there's no central authority to go after. And it's definitely harder to hack in general because to really truly make any difference, a hacker would have to either take control of or convince a large majority of the participants in that decentralized exchange to participate in the hacking effort to really make it happen. Now, obviously there are fringe cases and you can always come up with something bad that could happen, but decentralized exchanges are the future in my opinion, and that is a plus for OmiseGo. Now stick with me guys, because I'm going to tell you whether or not I think you should invest in OMG tokens at the end of this video, so keep watching. Now, another huge benefit in my opinion is that OmiseGo is currency agnostic. Now, one of the things we've seen in the market today is that there are different exchanges and different availabilities based on regulation, based on currency, based on wherever you live in the world. And it makes it really difficult for some people in some countries to access cryptocurrencies. And B, it's pretty difficult to find a cost-effective way to buy into cryptocurrency with fiat currency without going and meeting someone on local Bitcoins and, doing it off an exchange, which, there are pros and cons to that strategy. Now, what OmiseGo proposes is to be completely currency agnostic, meaning you can pretty much use any fiat currency you want, any main cryptocurrency, like any cryptocurrency coin or token that you want, and exchange that freely on their platform. Now, obviously there's a lot of work that has to be done to get there, but if they were to implement this, it would be one of the most, if not the most popular global exchange on earth. I can definitely say that. And I don't know if OmiseGo is going to be the first to do this or if they'll do it at all, because they're still really new and they're still a startup. But if they do, it could be extremely, extremely, extremely successful. And that's why I'd say OmiseGo is a pretty interesting investment. Final benefit here is that OmiseGo is claiming they can do this having one tiny, minimal, or zero fee on any transaction. I doubt that there's ever going to be a zero fee, and I don't know whether or not that claim is substantiated, but even if it's a tiny fee and it's less than what we're paying now, I think it could be extremely useful and extremely successful for people, because I'll tell you, it's really expensive to try and buy some of these more obscure altcoins, because you've got to buy in fiat, then you've got to transfer to another exchange and pay a fee, then you've got to pay another fee and another fee. Sometimes you can pay 4 fees before you get to what you want. So definitely that would be nice if they can implement one fee for every transaction and have pretty much every pair you can think of. And there are a couple of things in 2018 that I really think are making a good case for OmiseGo. And the first one of those is Plasma interoperability. So Plasma is basically a layer 2 scaling solution for the Ethereum protocol. Basically, it's similar to the idea of a Lightning network, but in this case, it is proof of stake. So essentially, if any of you guys have heard of the Plasma layer 2 solution on top of Ethereum for scalability, OmiseGo is trying to use that to help scale this decentralized exchange to new levels. So the OmiseGo platform, the decentralized exchange, is utilizing a proof of stake, infinitely scalable Ethereum network. So that's a really positive sign for me that they're looking forward and trying to use the newest technology available to make this platform scalable. But obviously, OmiseGo is trying to solve a real problem, and that's something that I really care about when I'm evaluating a cryptocurrency token. Now, here's one of my concerns / something that intrigues me the most. OmiseGo is very outward about saying that buying OmiseGo tokens are not really buying a utility token or buying something that's important to the protocol, but more so it's you investing in the idea and investing in the company, providing them capital or financial support to help build this and to make this a reality. That's a very interesting way of doing it, because that sounds like a stock to me. Obviously, there's a whole different way of doing this than a stock, where you can buy fractional shares, you can do all sorts of cool stuff with cryptocurrency, and you don't need to go through a broker and pay fees. But that is a very similar thing to the way that stocks work. I'm sure you guys are wondering now whether or not I think you should invest in OMG, and this one I'm not 100% sold on, because there's so many unknowns about whether or not this is going to be successful. And obviously, with a startup and with any new fledgling idea, there's obviously a good chance that it fails. But I do think this is a good idea, and I think it's definitely worth investing some in. And remember, when you buy the OMG token, you're really just buying a token that says you believe in that idea, and you're funding the idea. And then later, as you use the exchange, you can use those same tokens for, paying fees and such. But, keep that in mind. When you buy these tokens, you're pretty much just buying them to hold them, and hopefully they accrue in value if OMG or OmiseGo becomes successful. So right now, at the recording time of this video, which is about May 8th, in the prime time of allergy season, as you can hear in my nasally voice, it's about $16 per token. And you can buy the OMG token on most popular exchanges. I currently buy OmiseGo on Binance and on KuCoin, and you can sign up for Binance through my referral link in the description below if you'd like to get some OmiseGo tokens. Now you can also buy OmiseGo on Poloniex, Bittrex, you can exchange for them on Shapeshift, you can buy it on all sorts of different exchanges, so just choose the one that you like the most and go ahead and pick it up. Now, obviously, OmiseGo's roadmap goes well beyond 2018, and we likely won't see the ability for us to go from different fiat currencies to cryptocurrencies on the fully functional, plasma-enabled, decentralized exchange. And man, that is a mouthful, but we won't see that probably until 2019 or even later than that. So this is a long-term play, but that's why I say it's probably worth investing a little bit of money into OMG tokens at this $16 price point, because I have a feeling that as time goes on, you're probably going to see the value go up as they succeed on the Ethereum protocol. So guys, that's it for today's episode, and I definitely encourage you to check out my other Token Talk Tuesday videos, which I'll link here in the YouTube cards. Thank you guys very much. Cheers.